Welcome back to Metaphysics Podcast. I'm Dennis, and I am super excited for our deep dive today.
And I'm Louise, excited to be here.
We're going to be exploring the law of attraction.
Absolutely.
Which has really captured people's imaginations for years now.
It has.
And, so many of you are familiar with the basics.
Right.
But we wanted to go beyond that surface level.
Yes.
Like we want to talk about practical applications, the nuances, and even, some of the trickier aspects of actually putting this law of attraction into practice.
Absolutely. We want to give you actionable insights and not just, the usual platitudes that you hear.
Right, because just saying like attracts like doesn't really help us actually use it.
Exactly. So let's start with a fundamental question.
Okay.
We often hear that phrase, like attracts like, but what is really going on beneath the surface?
Yeah.
It's all about vibrational energy.
Okay.
Everything in the universe, from our thoughts and feelings to physical objects, emits a unique frequency. And here's the key. The universe responds to these vibrations by drawing similar frequencies together.
Okay.
So if you're constantly focused on negativity or lackal, guess what? You're likely to attract more of that into your experience.
That makes sense. But I think some people might say, well, hold on, doesn't that mean we have to force ourselves to be positive all the time?
Right.
Even when we're going through tough times.
That's where a lot of people get tripped up. It's not about denying your feelings or pretending everything is rosy. Authenticity is actually crucial.
Okay.
The key is to become aware of your vibrational output, those dominant thoughts and feelings, and then consciously choose to shift them towards what you want to attract.
So less about toxic positivity and more about intentional alignment.
Exactly. It's like tuning a radio. If you want to listen to a specific station, you have to adjust the dial until you find the right frequency.
Okay.
In the same way, if you want to attract specific experiences, you need to adjust your inner dial by shifting your thoughts and feelings and beliefs to match the vibration of what you desire.
I like that analogy.
Good.
So how do we actually start doing that? A lot of our listeners are probably wondering, what are some specific techniques or tools?
Yeah.
We've all heard about affirmations, but are there other things that we can explore?
Absolutely. Affirmations are a great starting point, but there are so many other powerful techniques. For example, scripting is a fantastic way to create a detailed narrative of your desired reality.
Sure, right?
You can literally write out your dream life as if it's already happening, using vivid language and engaging all your senses.
So instead of just saying, I want a new job, you might write a detailed scene of yourself, like walking into your dream office feeling confident and excited about the work you're doing.
Exactly. You're essentially creating a blueprint for the universe to follow. Another powerful technique is using vision boards.
Okay.
This involves gathering images and words that represent your desires and arranging them in a visually appealing way that you can look at regularly.
Right.
It's like creating a tangible representation of your dream life.
I've heard about vision boards. I've always been a bit skeptical. Is there any real science behind them?
It's not necessarily about hard science, but about the power of visualization and activating your subconscious mind.
Okay.
By surrounding yourself with images and words that represent your goals, you're constantly reminding yourself of what you're working towards.
Right.
And keeping your subconscious mind focused on those desires. And that's where the real magic happens, because your subconscious mind is incredibly powerful in shaping your reality.
So we're talking about more than just surface level wishing.
Yeah.
We're tapping into deeper levels of our minds and aligning them with our intentions.
That's exactly it.
Okay.
And there's a fascinating concept called source energy that plays a key role in this process.
Okay.
Source energy is essentially our connection to the universal energy field, the source of all creation.
Right.
When we align with our source energy, we tap into our true potential and become powerful magnets for attracting our desires.
Source energy sounds pretty profound. How can our listeners actually connect with their source energy? Is there like a practical exercise or something they can try?
There are many ways.
Okay.
One simple yet powerful practice is to spend time in nature.
Okay.
Find a quiet spot where you can connect with the natural world, whether it's a park, a forest, or even your own backyard, and just allow yourself to be present in the moment. Breathe deeply, feel the earth beneath your feet, and soak in the beauty of your surroundings. As you do this, you'll start to feel a sense of peace and connection that can help you access your source energy.
That's something anyone can do, and it sounds incredibly grounding.
It is.
You mentioned beliefs earlier. How do they fit into this picture?
Our beliefs act like filters, either allowing or blocking the manifestation of our desires. If you have a deep-seated belief that you're not worthy of abundance, for example, That belief will create resistance, even if you're doing all the right things on the surface.
So even if we're trying to manifest something, if there's an underlying belief that contradicts that desire, it's like we're sabotaging ourselves.
Exactly. It's like trying to drive with one foot on the gas and the other on the brake.
Right.
You might move forward a little, but you'll never reach your full speed. So part of mastering the law of attraction involves becoming aware of those limiting beliefs and consciously choosing to shift them to beliefs that empower you.
That makes a lot of sense. But changing deeply ingrained beliefs can feel daunting.
Yeah.
It's not like flipping a switch, right?
You're absolutely right. It's a process, and it takes time and effort.
Okay.
But the good news is that we have the power to choose the beliefs we want to hold. It starts with awareness. Take some time to identify the beliefs that are no longer serving you. These are often the beliefs that trigger negative emotions or keep you feeling stuck.
So if someone constantly feels like they're not good enough or that they're always struggling financially, those might be signs of limiting beliefs that need to be addressed.
Exactly. Once you've identified those beliefs, you can start to challenge them. Ask yourself, is this belief really true? Is it serving me? Or is it just a story I've been telling myself based on past experiences? Often when we really examine our beliefs, we realize they're not based on facts, but on fears or limiting narratives we've internalized.
So it's about questioning those stories we've been carrying around even if they've been with us for years.
Yes.
But how do we actually go about changing them? It sounds like a pretty deep process.
It can be, but there are some powerful techniques we can use.
Okay.
One of the most effective is to replace those limiting beliefs with empowering ones. Instead of saying, I'm not good enough, you might start affirming, I am worthy and deserving of all good things.
So it's about consciously choosing the thoughts and beliefs that align with the reality we want to create,
Yes.
even if they feel a bit uncomfortable or unfamiliar at first.
That's the key. And remember, it's not just about repeating the words, it's about feeling the truth of those new beliefs in your heart. The more you embody them, the more powerful they become in shaping your reality.
So we're back to that feeling being key.
Yeah.
It's not just about intellectual understanding, it's about that deep emotional alignment.
Precisely.
Got it. And that leads us to another important aspect of the law of attraction that we often overlook. The universe responds to our dominant vibration, not just our fleeting thoughts or desires.
So even if you're doing affirmations and visualizations, if you're spending most of your time worrying, doubting, or feeling negative emotions, those vibrations will be much stronger than a few minutes of positive thinking.
So consistency is crucial.
Yes.
It's not just about doing a law of attraction exercise once in a while. It's about making it a regular part of our lives.
Exactly. It's like working out. You wouldn't expect to see significant results from going to the gym once a month.
Right.
It takes regular effort and dedication to build those mental and emotional muscles. And just like physical exercise, it can be helpful to have a variety of techniques in your toolkit.
So we've got affirmations, scripting vision boards. What are some other things that people can try?
One practice I find incredibly helpful is gratitude journaling. Taking a few minutes each day to write down things you're grateful for can really shift your perspective and raise your vibration. It helps you focus on the good that's already present in your life, which attracts even more good things.
That's a simple but powerful one. And what about meditation? I know a lot of people swear by it for manifesting.
Meditation is a fantastic tool for quieting the mind and connecting with your inner wisdom. When you meditate, you're essentially creating space for inspiration and clarity to flow through. It helps you detach from limiting thoughts and tap into that deeper level of consciousness where manifestation happens.
So it's about creating that stillness within, even amidst the busyness of life.
Exactly. And it doesn't have to be complicated. Even 5 or 10 minutes of quiet reflection each day can make a huge difference. You can simply sit comfortably, close your eyes and focus on your breath, or you can use guided meditations, which are readily available online and through various apps.
This all sounds great, but what about when life throws us a curveball?
Yeah.
How do we stay positive and focused on our desires when we're facing challenges or setbacks?
That's where the real work comes in. It's easy to apply the law of attraction when everything is going smoothly.
Right.
But what happens when we hit a roadblock? That's when our true commitment to this philosophy is tested.
I think a lot of people struggle with this.
They do.
They start to doubt the law of attraction when things don't go their way.
It's completely understandable. But here's the thing. Challenges are inevitable. They're part of the human experience. The key is not to avoid them, but to learn how to navigate them in a way that keeps us aligned with our desires.
So it's not about pretending everything is perfect or denying our challenges. It's about choosing how we respond to them.
Precisely. We have a choice. We can spiral into negativity and fear, which only amplifies those feelings and attracts more of the same, or we can choose to view the challenge as an opportunity for growth and learning.
Easier said than done, right?
hmm
How do we actually shift our perspective in those difficult moments?
One powerful technique is to ask yourself, what is this situation teaching me? What can I learn from this experience that will help me move closer to my goals? Often challenges are simply redirection. They're pushing us onto a path that's more aligned with our highest good, even if we can't see it in the moment.
So it's about trusting that there's a bigger picture at play, even when things feel chaotic or uncertain.
Absolutely. And it's about remembering that we have the power to choose our thoughts and emotions even in the midst of difficulty. We can choose to focus on fear and lack, or we can choose to focus on hope, resilience, and the belief that we can overcome anything.
It's about taking back our power even when we feel like we've lost control.
Exactly. And it's about having compassion for ourselves. We're not perfect, and we're all going to make mistakes. The key is to learn from those mistakes, forgive ourselves, and keep moving forward.
Self-compassion is so important, but it's something many of us struggle with. We're often our own harshest critics.
It's true. But just like we would comfort a friend who's going through a tough time, we need to learn to offer that same kindness and understanding to ourselves.
It's about recognizing that we're all on a journey, and it's okay to stumble or fall along the way. The important thing is to get back up and keep moving forward.
And to celebrate our wins. It's so easy to get caught up in focusing on what we haven't achieved yet that we forget to acknowledge and appreciate how far we've come. Take time to celebrate those small victories along the way. They're all part of the journey.
This is all such powerful advice. I'm feeling so inspired.
Hmm?
But before we wrap up, I have one more question. You've talked about the importance of aligning our thoughts and feelings with our desires.
Right.
But what about those times when we're not even sure what we want? What if we're feeling lost or unclear about our goals?
That's a great question, and it's something many people experience at some point in their lives. When you're feeling lost, it's a sign that you need to reconnect with your inner compass.
Okay.
It's a time to go inward and ask yourself some deeper questions.
Mm.
What are your passions? What brings you joy? What kind of impact do you want to make in the world?
Mm.
The answers to these questions will help you clarify your desires and set intentions that are aligned with your soul's purpose. So it's about taking the time to really tune into ourselves and listen to that inner voice that knows what's truly best for us.
Yeah, and trusting, I guess, that the universe has a plan for us even when we can't see it yet.
Absolutely. It's about surrendering to the flow of life and allowing yourself to be guided towards your highest good.
This has been an incredible conversation. I feel like we've covered so much ground today.
We have.
Before we go, is there like one key takeaway that you would want our listeners to remember from this deep dive into the law of attraction?
The most important thing to remember is that you are a powerful creator with the ability to shape your reality. The law of attraction is not about magic or wishful thinking. It's about aligning your thoughts, feelings, and actions with your desires and trusting the process of manifestation. It's about becoming a conscious co-creator with the universe.
And it's about remembering that we're not alone on this journey. We have the support of the universe, our own inner wisdom, and each other.
Beautifully said. Now, I'd love to hear from our listeners what resonated with you most from today's episode. What are some of your favorite manifestation techniques? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Let's create a community of support and inspiration.
And if you enjoyed this deep dive, be sure to like and subscribe to our channel for more explorations into metaphysics and personal growth. We've got some amazing episodes coming up that you won't want to miss.
Thank you so much for joining us on this journey. Remember, you are powerful beyond measure. Believe in yourself, trust the process, and never stop dreaming big.
Until next time, keep those vibes high and keep manifesting your dreams.